Welcome to Dimension 119, a dimension where anything can happen. Prepare for the strange and unexpected. Enjoy today's episode.
What's going on, everyone? It's Nathan with Dimension 119. We're back at it again for more Curse of Strahd. We are actually on time. Thought we were going to be late, but it looks like everything worked out. We get to be here on time. So, that's good news. I am going to...
15 minutes late?
It's not
15 minutes late is on,
we,
it's on time for us.
We started
were
the
only-
stream on time.
We were only 15 minutes late because we were talking about Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
I'm going to post a couple links in the chat here in just a second for some socials and things like that. I'll post a couple of chat commands as well. We're here every Wednesday night, or most Wednesday nights, usually around 6 o'clock is when we start the stream, and then, whenever we can wrangle the cats together is when we actually start the game. Podcast, check out the podcast. This week is going to be our 1-year anniversary on the podcast. It was actually Christmas Eve, but the anniversary episode will be this week. I'll be recording that tomorrow and posting that up Friday per usual, so check that out. That's pretty much everything I have to say for the intro, and one of these wonderful people will be doing the recap while I get everything else done.
I can do it because I don't think either of those two bozos are going to do it.
Well, to be fair, Tyler hasn't been here in like a month, so...
To be
he
fair,
can't.
he can
And he has
watch the
COVID.
videos.
He ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, no.
I know him. He ain't doing that.
All right, so last we left off, we were heading to Kresk. It was our understanding that we could maybe find a safe place for Irina and Ismark there. So we headed there, but unfortunately, it is safe, but it's a little too safe. They weren't willing to let us in because they haven't let anyone besides the Mardikovs in for the past 100 years. But they said that if we can get the Mardikovs to vouch for us and bring them a little bit of wine, that they'd let us in, no problem. So we head back to the vineyard, but on our way, we're intercepted by a human male who gives Iris a letter from Strahd inviting all of us to come dine at his castle. Of course, Orden burns the letter, and we kind of rough the guy up a little bit, non-violently, before sending him on his way. We go back to the vineyard where the second oldest son, Adrian, is going to accompany us to Kresk. We start talking about the invitation, and Iris says that we should probably go. Orden is a little bit nervous about, going to Strahd's castle, and Larenthar just straight up says, I'm going to do whatever you do opposite. So we head back to Kresk, and we get access. We ask if there's anywhere that's particularly safe in Kresk, and they send us to a lake or a river that was blessed a long time ago by Saint Mardikov, who previously rebelled against Strahd whenever he took over Barovia. We go to the lake, and Irina starts acting a little bit strange. When we get there, suddenly a man appears, calling her Tatiana, and Irina responds, calling him Sergey and calling him her love. Iris stops her before she can reach the lake, and a lightning bolt strikes the lake, and basically ridding it of all of its magical properties. And we hear Strahd's voice call out that she is mine. Now that Strahd knows that we're in Kresk and that Irina's with her, it doesn't look like it's going to be safe for her. So we send Isaac, Ismark, and Irina back to the vineyard with Rajan's dagger in tow, just so that they can hopefully be safer. We decide to go check out the Abbey because that's about the only other place that looks of interest. And we're introduced to two strange looking creatures that are human, but they have animal features. They go and fetch the abbot, and the abbot explains to us that 400 years ago, this abbey was the home of St. Mardukov, but when she led a rebellion against Strahd, he destroyed the abbey and basically everyone in it. Everyone who was in it who survived died of either starvation or resorted to cannibalism. 100 years ago, the abbot was sent here by the Morning Lord. He's a celestial, and his task was to defeat Strahd, or at least stop him from tormenting Barovia. He started taking care of the people in Kresk, healing them of their remedies, or giving them remedies. But he eventually met a group called, blanking on their names, the Belmonts, that's what it is, who were a sickly bunch of lepers who were also inbred. He managed to heal most of their problems, but the main problem they had was they wanted animal features to replace their human deformities. Eventually, the abbot met a gentleman named Vasily von Holtz, who eventually revealed himself as Strahd, and he helped the abbots give them these gifts that they were so after. Eventually, the abbot started to feel sympathy for Strahd, as Strahd had convinced him that the only reason Barovia was suffering was because long ago he had lost his love. So the abbot's plan is he has made a flesh golem out of the bodies of several other women, and he wants to present this to Strahd as a bride. He's currently working on getting her talking and teaching her basic etiquette, and that's not going super well. But he asks us that if we can get him a wedding dress, then he will resurrect 3 people that have died, and that's where we're going to start off.
Yay, a scavenger hunt.
Yay!
Cue the music.
Cue the music to what?
Exactly.
Oh, that's not really scavenger hunt music, but you know.
So yes, Iris and Orden have currently left the Abbey gates, and are outside of the Abbey, and Lorenthar's just turning around, I assume. And you're gonna go try finding a dress, and you don't know where to find it.
I don't know nothing about buying dresses.
To the general store. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
All the
Oh,
way
I
back
don't
in
know.
Valaki.
I don't know. I didn't see any dresses in Valaki. All wore pants.
Iris' first instinct is to go down to the town and search out the general store, and inquire there.
Kresk. Everybody to Kresk.
On the way down, I'll turn to Iris and say, if I were to say anyone would know where to get a wedding dress, it'd probably be Van Richten, don't you think? He knows pretty much everyone here.
You're probably right, dearie. But let's check in this town first just to be safe.
Oh yeah.
It'd be a waste of time to go back all the way back to that tower just for him to tell us, there's a tailor here in this town.
Yeah, just as a backup.
Maybe Irina's got dresses back in Barovia. In her house that was like swarming with vampires.
But a wedding dress?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't get. I've never been married, so I don't know where to get a wedding dress.
That sounds about as good of an idea as going to this dinner and asking Strahd if he's got a wedding dress.
I will
We
say
can do that too.
we probably should hurry because I think we only have about 6 days before this spell that he's going to cast will lose its potency on our friends.
Let's not dally then. Let's find the general store here and inquire there and see what we can figure out.
I love you, Tyler. But you start walking around the general parts of the town. Every building you look at looks like just a basic ass house. You don't see any signs for a general store or anything of that nature. You see people like everyone that you pass kind of backs off in fear. Like they, if you go to approach one of them, they just to keep their distance away from you because they're not used to outsiders. They don't know. They're just afraid of you.
My God, they're all communists. They got no stores.
I thought
Orden's
maybe
going to try his best to talk to these people, and of course, everyone's backing down from him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like some of the adults would respond with like, you're from outside of Kresk. We've been told not to trust anybody from the outside. It, what do you want?
We're looking for wedding dresses. Do you have any recommendations?
The people here of Kresk don't need any such luxuries. We survive off of on our own with no outside no contact with the outside. Uh, whatever provisions we need, we make ourselves.
I mean, you don't get married?
We
It's
do,
kinda
but
just,
we just
jack up
use
with
our
each other?
normal everyday clothes. It's nothing special.
who
Oh,
makes
Betazoid wedding, I gotcha.
When this person says that, Orden just looks flabbergasted when they say it's nothing special.
It's
Oh,
not.
It's
how
something. It's
progressive.
very special.
Nah.
Just kind of like cohabitate, huh?
who makes your clothes if you don't have a tailor or anything?
We make our own clothes from the we all every one of us has uh cattle and sheep and whatnot in our backyards. Whatever clothes we need, we sew and make ourselves.
And you don't do a good job if you don't have a wedding dress.
You're not here. Shut the hell up.
Hey, I'm here in spirit.
Just
You're
pops up
not
out of
here yet.
nowhere.
Honestly, that'd be very her.
It's fine. I feel victory.
Could you at least direct us to the general store then? Maybe they can point us in the right direction for where we need to look then.
I don't think they have one.
your
Oh my God, I think they're
scaly friend
communists.
here would be correct. We don't need a general store. There's nobody from the outside that comes in shopping for anything, and we all are all self sufficient on our own.
I'm gonna turn and look at Orden. I guess everybody here is a blacksmith, a tailor, a weaver, and a potter all at the same time, plus whatever else you might need.
He kind of chuckles.
I guess we are going back to the tower.
There's no need for a blacksmith here.
Having
There's-
horses.
Nothing here takes metal No horses, no wagons. Nothing here takes metal.
Nah, well,
They
they
don't
don't
need-
need wagons.
They don't need knives like to cut their
Nah.
wheat.
So what do they do?
That's why there's
hand?
the forest here is so thick in this town. They can't cut the trees down.
They punch it like in Minecraft.
Yeah, they punch it.
Yeah.
Have you never heard of a bone knife?
How do you
I
kill
don't
the
think you can
animal to
chop
get the
down trees
bone?
with a bone knife. Sorry.
People die.
I really don't like this conversation.
Yeah, we're gonna not go down that path because even my mind went to stuff I shouldn't say.
People
Okay.
die. We can reuse their bones. They don't need them anymore.
You sound like the abbot.
Iris is gonna head for the front gate because obviously this town is just as crazy as the abbot.
Well, they are very solitary and closed off to the world. So yeah.
No wonder all these are red. Oh, where'd you go?
Where the hell did you go? I was saying the same thing.
Oh, she's at the gate.
I don't even see her.
I went to the gate.
But okay, yeah, and they open the gate for you all to leave. Lorenthar's off in the woods.
Iris is still just shaking her head, like I get being self-sufficient, but it's like this town has taken it to another level, being like each person apparently being self-sufficient instead of like actually being a self-sufficient community that's all together, and it's definitely weirding her out.
You can definitely feel that. You get the small sense that of generations of inbreeding might have something to do with this.
Called
They
it.
don't. Nobody goes in. Nobody goes out.
Ah,
That was not a sexual pun, but okay.
Yeah. It is now.
I didn't get it until you said that.
In and
Sweet
out,
innocence.
in and out. But you start getting making your way down the road, and just like you look up in the sky, and just like you saw previously a few days ago on your way to the winery, you see something falling from the sky and hit directly in the middle of the crossroads there, as your sorceress appears out of nowhere one more time.
I'm gonna run up to the hole.
And Soul is back, as troll as she is.
yeah. Well, she had some family matters to attend to, and yeah, she's fine. She's getting better at it. She stuck the landing this time. She's not as dirty. But yeah. She stuck the landing. Fuck.
I'm just kind of staring at her and I'm like, Soul, is that you?
No.
Okay, bye.
Mm,
Oh, yeah, I need to kind of bring her in, don't I?
Yeah. Once you bring her in, it could be me. Ah, there
There
I
you
am.
go.
Right in the middle of the road. Perfect. I'm like a crossroads demon, except that's not a four-way. Still.
It's just a three-way.
But
I have that sound effect, but I forgot to label it, so I can't play it.
what are you talking about? I'm the sound effect. Soul, are you okay? Where did you go?
Well, you see, what had happened was I haven't gotten that far yet. I'll get back to you. It'll come back. Normally, the whole fallen thing it takes a little bit. You know, it just takes a little bit before the brain kind of remembers what the hell I'm doing.
I'm gonna give her a hug because I missed her.
She's going to do that thing where, like, she's kind of shocked, like, yeah, okay, this is fine. This is okay.
You kind of feel that Orden is probably hugging a little bit too strong.
That's just how he hugs. He's just a strong boy.
Yeah, well, I'm a brittle, tiny little human being, and I'm frail, and I just fell out of the damn sky.
I'll take a step back so I don't break you. You had us all worried, you know. Well, you had me worried.
I do that. It's fine. I have a frog in my throat. I think I still need to get the spell right. So forgive me. And she's gonna be like patting her mouth every now and then, and it's gonna seem like she has the biggest wet wad in the back of her throat that she just can't seem to release.
Well, we're heading back to a place that we've been, but you weren't with us. I guess Orden can fill you in on the way as she usually does with the others.
This can also be Tyler's recap. I'll just explain to you that we beat the tree that was causing all the druids, mostly. We're going to somewhere we're looking for a wedding dress so that we can bring our friends from before back to life. And also that we didn't find any place that was safe enough for Ismark and Irina. And then I'll throw in at the end, by the way, Ismark said that you were beautiful. I'm just saying.
They're quite beautiful too. I'm gonna miss them. I liked how scared and feeble they were.
They're not gone. They're back in the vineyard.
Well, why? I'd like them here. That's kind of depressing.
Well, Strahd's after Irina, the guy who bit you. He's after Irina, so we have to find a place safe for her. And right here wasn't very safe.
She's gonna rub her neck and be like, yeah, he gets a little too close for comfort.
Yeah. But we'll meet up with them later.
We better. Soul will then kind of like tilt her head, you know how like dogs get when they get confused, and then would look at Iris and be like, awfully quiet there, loudmouth.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just busy walking to this tower that the map hasn't changed to yet.
Shut up. Oh, so you're going back to Van Richten's tower?
Yeah.
Come on, Derek. Come on.
Yeah,
That
all
thing
this.
we were just talking about doing, where you're gonna do it?
No.
Well, I see your boorish charm hasn't changed.
That's not been that long. It's been maybe a couple of days. Takes a bit longer for me to lose my charm.
Nah, it's gone.
It's never been gone, Iris. You're
It's
still
not
very
you.
charming.
Okay.
Soul would kind of like scratch her head and then be like, did people get a little dumber since I left? And kind of walk away.
Says the person that forgets to carry things when she casts spells.
No. There's just a lot of them. Big fancy pantsy words that I don't remember because there's too many. It's fine. I think. Kind of.
Maybe. Okay. Nothing happens as you're bickering on your way back to Van Richten's tower. It's probably gotten to be about 5, 6 in the afternoon because you've been traveling to and from Krezk all day. You made that journey twice, and so now you're going back to the Van Richten's tower. So it's probably about dusk-ish.
I'll go
I'll
ahead
just-
and go inside.
Hey, look, everybody, a new wagon.
That wagon is gone. I can't delete it from the map. It is not
Hey,
there.
we're getting a new wagon.
Shut
the
up.
wagon.
That is totally not the wagon you blew up and almost killed yourself on.
Just
Did
draw a
that
big
almost.
square over it. Hold on, I think I can do it. Hold on, I'm not Kevin. I'm not good at this.
While you're setting this up, could you also
What the hell are you doing?
could you recap? Because Soul would be very curious why the other dragon isn't around. Like, where's the other dragon? Anything to do with him? Because
Larenthor gave him away.
We sent him with Ismark.
He's with Ismark.
So speak.
His essence is with Ismark.
So he's dead.
Iris would kind of look over to you.
Didn't he have like Didn't he have like a what made him like a dagger or something like that?
That's
Do
what
we
I'm
have
getting.
his dagger? Well, that would be useful.
That's what I'm getting
Give
to.
it Ismark,
Bas-
so that way they can protect him.
Oh, okay. So he has it?
Yeah.
Okay. Clears throat, mutes mic.
I leaned over to Gordon Thack while we're going here, and I look at Soul and to be like, "Didn't we agree not to tell anybody about this place?"
She doesn't count.
That's pretty rude. I mean,
Well, I
she
mean,
may be a little rude, but she is a person.
that's not what I mean. But so look, she's our friend. Benrichten clearly trusts us, and she is part of us. That's what I was insinuating.
Okay. If you say so. I think I'll just wait out here.
Iris, Soul, do you guys want to come in?
Seeing that yes. Oh, I went in the same square as him. Curiosity.
Okay. You're not. Orden, you go and step up onto the platform there, and Soul, you would see that all of your friends surrounding you don't pay it any mind, but these three just random golems, clay golems, come to life and start pulling on chains, and Orden starts rising to the top. He starts going upwards.
Well, I'm gonna go outside.
She wants nothing to do with that.
Nope.
Can I fit on? Can two people fit on that platform or no?
Only one at a time. It's
thought I could
only
fit.
about 5 foot wide.
Then I guess I'll wait outside. Well, I'll wait kind of here in the doorway.
Yeah, as
Oh,
he
shoot.
rose, Soul would literally be like, "Oh no, 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 no!" As she like backed up and just walked out.
Yeah, and Rictavio sees you come up the tower, or not Rictavio, but Rudolph Van Richten. Even though that's not what he introduced himself to you as, but he'd see you come up. Or young Ordenthek, you back so soon? How was your journey to Krez? Did you find what you were looking for?
Not exactly. We think that Strahd may be onto the fact that we were there, but that's not why we're here. This will sound very strange, but do you know anywhere in Barovia that we can get a wedding dress pretty quickly?
He kind of scratches his head a little. I don't know if you're gonna like what the answer I'm gonna give you, but the the wife of the burgomaster in Valaki was a tailor and was known to make wedding dresses for the people of Valaki. Don't know if that's a good thing for you or not, though.
His
Because word
fins.
gets around that your elf friend out there kind of murdered her husband.
His like
Yeah, but-
dragon fins or whatever just kind of droop when he says that, and he says, "Well, to be fair, he was threatening someone, and it was an accident. It was an accident that the innocent person died. But I hope you'll trust us when we say that he was not a very kind and loving leader. Definitely not one fit for Valaki.
But you still killed her husband.
I didn't kill him personally."
You were still a part of killing her husband.
He just
That
looks
him.
really guilty, and I'll be like, "So your friend over here, is she doing okay?"
Yeah,
And just burn.
Esmeralda would sit up in the bed and go, yeah, I'm better than I was. Was it yesterday or was it earlier this morning? Whenever you left, I'm better than I was then. I got a little bit of rest.
Good.
Still a little bit sore from the beating I took, but that'll wear off tomorrow probably.
Oh, that's another thing. And I'll turn to Van Richten. Strahd invited us to go to his castle, and we don't know what he's planning, but it can't be anything good.
Esmeralda would perk up. Are we going back? We going back already? and Rictavio would look at her and go, settle down. No, you are not going back. And I would suggest that the group of you don't as well. Because whatever he has planned, it can't be good.
That's what we're thinking, but if it's he said it was going to be peaceful, and I don't trust him, but it might be a good opportunity for us to look around.
It might start off peaceful. That doesn't mean it'll end peaceful. He has a way of getting his way, whether by force or by just sheer will and persuasiveness.
We actually have to take care of this wedding dress thing right now, but maybe afterwards, could we come back here and maybe discuss some potential plans about how we could get in there and maybe get out before it gets to that point?
Oh, I've never actually gone to Castle Ravenloft before. Esmeralda here has, so she'd be actually more useful in this setting than I would.
Miss Esmeralda, would you mind at all?
I can tell you what I know, of course.
Thank you. We appreciate it. And I will go back to the elevator. I'll be like, "I'm sorry to make this so short. We're kind of in a rush. We'll come back later."
Doodles.
And I'll head back downstairs. And
Where the hell did Laurenthar go?
I bet you anything he's under that wagon.
Yelp.
Stealthing. I'm stealthing.
You guys are not going to like this.
Where did you go? Oh, I see you're outside now.
Let me guess. Barovia doesn't have any tailors.
Not quite. The one tailor they have. Larenthar, get back here.
My God, I'm seeing lights. Green squares.
The one tailor that they do have is the wife of the lady that Larenthar killed.
Oh, she must be looking for work then.
Which
I just
one?
give him a look.
Which one?
the leader, the Burgermeister.
From the town that y'all needed to disguise yourselves to go into?
Oh yeah.
Of course. Well, there's at least 2 of us that don't have to worry about it. And we got... do we still have the hat?
I think we have it right.
The question is,
hat?
on the way back to the vineyard, did you give, or for the travel back, did you give it to Irina, or did you send her and Ismark without the hat? I can't remember.
I think we kept it because she was going to be
Okay.
staying in the wagon.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Like,
sure
you know.
Larenthar got it, but I wasn't 100% sure.
I'm not 100% sure either.
I'm pretty sure because if Strahd saw Ismark, then he'd be like, "Oh, that must be Irina."
So we should be able to get at least 3 of us in without a worry. I guess Orden could potentially just wait for us somewhere.
It's any sort of barrel nearby.
Oh, when you're in there, you could get the cart. Wait, no. And if you could disguise yourself as Ismark, you could get the cart.
Yeah, but wasn't he seen with us? Wasn't he with us when we killed the burgomaster?
Oh yeah, I think that cart might be good as gone.
I mean, we could still take it.
I mean, do you think you could take it without the entire town chasing after you?
oh, that's the entire town. But it depends. I mean, most carts. How like recognizable was the cart? It was just like a regular ass like run of the mill cart, right?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure nobody will notice. We'll need to steal some license plates. I don't know. This is an GTA. Pull into the repaint shop. I don't know.
Yeah, the paint spray. We're going
Yeah.
GTA.
Let's just worry about the wedding dress first, and then if
Tell you what,
things don't go south, then maybe we can look at getting the cart.
we could like maybe give Ordenthek the hat. I'll just like hide and stay in the alleys, and then Ordenthek could get the cart while you guys talk to the the widow.
Wife.
I'm
The widow.
Let's call her the widow. Let's be specific.
I don't want to steal a cart.
It's not stealing because we're taking it back to its owner.
You just close your eyes and then you're not stealing anything. It'll be fine.
All right, I guess you're right.
And it is borrowing if we eventually decide we might return it someday, possibly never, but we don't know.
Well, you're also might be technically, the DM talking, technically returning it to its rightful owner.
Yeah, that's the thing. So
Yeah, well,
that's the thank you, DM. That is the logic that he's gonna use.
You make things a lot harder than they need to be, Ordenthek.
I'm just trying to follow the law.
Well, technically, Strahd is like the liege lord of this place, so following the laws might be a little evil.
Okay, we're not gonna get technical.
Why not?
I actually don't have a good answer for that.
Smile, big grin. Having lawyered my way into like making the paladin.
Yeah, he's gonna be contemplating that the entire way there.
The map of
I feel like you've just created a monster.
What, me or Larenthar?
Larenthar has just created a monster.
Oh well, wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, he also created those 2 kids that he abandoned. Those are monsters.
Oh, I think we should maybe pick them up too.
He just left to get some milk.
Pack of cigarettes. Eddie's home.
But also, we'd have to get them from the church where the current burgomeister is.
You don't know that he's there. He might have moved into the mansion.
He's still the father of the church.
Oh,
Yeah, but like, doesn't mean he like lives in the church.
Also, I assume that the burgomeister's widow is still living in the house. I don't think she got kicked out just because her husband isn't in charge anymore.
I don't know. That doesn't seem right because usually, like places like that, because that place was also the town hall. So,
That's true.
like, usually if you're like the mayor of a town, but you're voted out, they don't let you stay in like the municipal building.
Okay, even saying that we did get the kids, what would we do with them? We can't just take them back to the vineyard, and we can't just leave them in the windmill.
I think they're definitely better off in this in the
Yeah.
town they're in.
Or taking them
Okay.
to Alabama over there.
We're gonna end up
So that,
getting them hurt.
They could learn the vintner's trade.
I don't want to give the Martikovs anything more than we've already given them. Like, we've given them enough trouble. We don't need to give them more mouths to feed.
Okay.
I made a mistake.
I don't want them to live in like the Abbey of St. Martikov. So I mean,
When you see that yellow mark on the map, I made a mistake. I accidentally drew on the map.
Where?
Whatever map you have all of us on, I drew on it.
But where on the map?
Unless my internet's messed up, right in the center.
I don't see it, so it's whatever.
There's also a monster token on top of the thing that he drew on.
I don't know,
What?
I'm on like the map of
Barovia.
Serbia. Yeah.
I think Tyler should be too. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, maybe whatever. Well, I drew on the map, and if it didn't go through, then it works. I'll shut up.
But okay, so you're gonna start heading back to Valaki?
Yeah, that sounds good.
What am I rolling for random encounters? It's a D20. Okay, there were actually no random encounters your entire way there. So you're good. You will get to Valaki. Not even gonna.
Another session with no combat.
Yes. God, I
And then
love
we
it.
just end the session here.
Are you rolling the right dice, Derek?
I rolled a D20 10 times and didn't get the
Jeez.
number I needed.
Not that I'm
You really
asking
are-
to be killed or anything, but you
No,
know.
you were Kevin when he's not here.
To be fair, random encounters at this stage of the game for y'all is nothing. Whoops, why are you massive?
Soul's huge.
Roar! Destroy the town.
Just like her.
You're all going to be massive for a second until I.
Oh, smash! Smash!
I'm a kaiju. I'll put on the hat of disguise before we get close to the town and disguise myself as just some rando guy.
I will dress up in like just Barovian clothes and.
Honestly, you could just take off your like robe and no one would recognize you.
I want to go in Barovian cosplay.
Who am I to deny cosplay? What time is it around around here, Derek?
We probably should have slept at the tower, come to think of it.
I definitely rolled more times than I should have generally because it is now nighttime. It's probably. Let me look at the map. Each one is a quarter mile. So how far have you traveled? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Yeah, you've traveled 3 hours, so it's probably 6 or 7.
That sounds terrible. We can
Nah.
probably still go ask the burgomaster's widow about that.
Gotta find the woman first.
Well, we know where her house is.
You know where her previous house is.
We
Oh,
don't know
yeah.
where our disguises don't know where her house is.
You know where her and her husband lived when he was the burgomaster.
We could just ask Isaac. I'm sure he knows.
We're not going to go talk to Isaac.
Let's go to the inn, I guess, and because
Yeah.
we're gonna have to at least secure lodging for the night, even if we try to find this lady later.
I can't wait for Octavio to be like at the bar because Derek forgot to move him.
No, I'm pretty sure I moved him. I'm gonna check before I even go bring you guys
Octavio,
in.
Oh my god, how'd you get here? See, if you
Yeah,
wouldn't
he's
have said anything, they would have been there.
No, he I moved him before.
Well, I guess now we'll never know if that's true or not.
Oops. And then bring everybody. Oops, brought you to the wrong place. I brought Orden to Argynvostholt. Orden really wants to go see the dragon.
I wasn't looking. I didn't even get to see it.
Okay, so you should all be at the inn, correct? A Blue Water Inn.
Indeed.
Yay!
Iris will enter and head up to the counter.
Well, welcome, dearie. Well, what can we do for you tonight? It's getting a bit a wee bit late. Are you looking for a place to stay the night?
Yes, we'd like to secure some lodging. Got a few things to do in town, but as you said, it's getting a bit late.
You seem to have brought in a couple friends with you. Are you all going to be staying in the same room? Different rooms?
I've got no qualms with either. I guess it's up to the others.
Does it cost money?
Yes.
I'm gonna go sleep with the animals. I'm poor.
No, you are not. Look, how much is it for a room?
I can't remember, what did I originally say? Like a gold piece a night? I don't
3
remember.
copper.
3 copper then.
I just made that up.
I don't know. Probably like a gold piece a night.
Okay. We'll take 2 rooms if possible. Iris, are you okay sleeping with Soul? Like sleeping in the same room with Soul?
I've got no problem with it either way.
And I'll give her 2 gold pieces.
What would the names of the room be under?
Just you can put them under Iris.
Of course, will do. Are you thirsty, hungry? Anything else I could get for you for tonight?
Soul, are you hungry?
No, nah. I don't need to eat today, but maybe tomorrow. I ate before I fell from the sky.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to make sure. That would take a lot out of you.
The innkeeper would just cock her head and then just ignore it.
I'm gonna like put my finger up to my head and do like the crazy motion and like nod back to Soul.
Yeah, I
Gotcha.
kind of got the vibe from this place. And now I have to go sleep with a boar.
There's no need.
You're sleeping. It's like you're sleeping with the dwarf.
A boar.
I'll just be taking her up to bed now. Thank you, and I'll just grab Soul and drag her along.
Giggity.
And the bedrooms are at the upper on the second floor up here.
Hey, Larenthar, I know you don't sleep, but do you want to come back? You want to come inside?
I'll be right there.
Okay, we
Like
can
the
share a room if
entrance,
you need.
the entrance to that section of the inn is literally from the outside anyway, so he could go up there without being seen.
I got a 15 disguise check anyway.
Yeah, I saw that.
But I'm gonna go to like wherever the stable was or the cart yard and see if I can find them out of Ismark's cart.
Okay. There wasn't a map for that, if I remember right.
Yeah, it's okay if you they can just do whatever they do, like role playing. That's what I'm doing while they're role playing.
Like you are you like wanting to talk to anybody there, or are you just scouting it out?
I'm just gonna get the cart and see if it's like how much like if it's still there or not, and how much it's like I had to pay to like keep it there or not.
As you're walking up to the can't remember what it was called, like the stable area, you see that the owners are kind of closing the stables and locking it for the night.
Oh hey, can I? My master sent me to get his thing out. He wishes to leave before nightfall. Can I just get that real quick?
We closed about 3 minutes ago. Do you know exactly what the cart looked like to make it super quick?
I'll describe it. I
Do
wrote
you
it
know
down.
what would the name be under? Oh,
Is it under Ismark of Barovia or?
oh, give me just a sec. And he unlocks it. You can see a look of annoyance on his face. Like if you've worked retail, you totally know what this is like when somebody comes to the door as you're closing. And
Derek, this feels very
I talk to the
personal.
manager,
oh, it
please.
100% is.
I don't like your attitude. Can I talk to your manager, please?
I am the manager, sir.
Oh man, you've seen that. Oh, I've seen that Dave Chappelle skit too.
But he's kind of annoyed with you, and he goes and fetches or looks around or looks at his little ledger. Yeah, there is one here for an Ismark. It's been abandoned for about a week or so now.
Oh yeah,
If
well
you
he
go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna take out like some money that I have and like just jingle the person. Yeah, okay. Well, he's in a big hurry to leave.
Well, the overdue fees plus the additional time that would come up to, and he kind of does a little math in his head, an additional 20 gold.
All right, I'll pay him 20 gold. Got it.
And he goes and brings you to the horse and wagon and lets you take it.
All right, I'll tip the guy a gold piece.
The
No
review that
trouble.
you're going to put up on Yelp is not going to be very good, though.
Oh man,
You want the Yelper special?
Is he going to jizz in the cart?
Happy
jizz in your tomatoes.
Happy ending. Is that what you're getting at, buddy? Because
jizz in your potatoes. Some guy shit in your tomato. Such a good South Park song.
I don't go for that sort of stuff. So I'll just take the cart. Thanks.
Okay, so you get the cart.
Yep, and I'll just take it back to the inn. They've got a stable. I imagine
Okay.
we're not going to stay more than probably one night.
Right. So you get back and you go up to your room. I'm bringing Iris and Soul to their. Where the hell'd Soul go?
Hey, I wasn't done talking to
you're
the
there.
bar.
Here.
I wasn't done talking to the barkeep.
Well, then get your ass back down there.
That's
Then
why
talk
I
to the
stayed.
barkeep.
That's why I stayed down there, Derek.
Then talk to the barkeep.
You wouldn't happen to know where we could find a wedding dress around here, would you?
Yes. Let me I have to find the name of the woman since you're actually looking. I have to go all the way back to Valaki. Where is it?
You could just Google, Markovia Burgomaster's wife.
Huh. Yes. Uh, Lydia Petronova is Valaki's tailor. She sews and makes all of the wedding dresses and fine clothing in town. Her and her former husband, God rest his soul, um, used to live in the mansion, the burgomaster's mansion. Where she's living now, sorry, I'm not quite sure.
Do you know of any specific places that she might spend her time so we can find her in the morning? I've got a urgent matter that we need a dress for.
She'd probably be at her her shop, tailor's shop place, and she'd give you random directions to the shop because it's not an actual place on the map.
Tyler, what are you doing?
All right, thank you very much. And
What is he?
I'll lay a silver piece on the bar.
What are you doing, Tyler?
Nothing.
Are you actually wanting to go into that room over there?
No. No, this is the bed. This is my bedroom. I'm in my bedroom.
Yeah, but you were over somewhere else.
No, I was.
Oh,
I was
Derek,
just
you need to
listening.
watch the VOD. That was so good.
I don't know what he was doing. I don't want to know.
It'll probably. You'll see it eventually. It's.
God, I hate you. Okay. Back to the barkeep. She would take the silver piece that you handed to her. Is there anything else I could do for you? Iris, would you like some wine, some food? We can bring them up to the rooms for you if you'd like.
No, I think we'll be okay. What time's breakfast?
Whenever you wake up.
But what if you're not awake yet? I'm just kidding. That's just a joke for you there. And she'll turn and walk towards the door and head up to the room.
Probably as you're exiting the doorway over here, you'd see Laurenthar coming up with a wagon.
I guess it went better than I thought.
Oh, were you talking to me?
No,
No, I was just saying that to myself as I see Laurenthar coming up with a wagon.
I'll just take the wagon, and I'll park it in the back, in the stables, or this is a shed, so I'll take it around back and leave it in stables.
The stable door is currently locked because it's nighttime.
Was there like a, you know what, I'll just stay out here tonight. I don't have to sleep, so.
I got a bed. Come in and at least sit on it.
Oh,
You don't know he's out there.
I'm telling him out of character.
out of character. I don't know if I respond to out of character requests.
All right, fine. I'll take both of these beds then.
Okay. But I want to, while they're sleeping, I also want to check on the Watcher house to see if the cat girl's still locked in her room or not.
Oh my god. Yes, that cat girl's still there.
I'll let her out. Still alive?
Yeah, actually, probably not, because she hasn't been fed or given water. She's probably dead.
She could have gotten out of that room. We did not
We
lock
left
that
it
room
unlocked.
back.
Also, the
You left-
people who live there
you-
know.
You left? Well, true.
We're
But that doesn't mean
servants
they
there.
stayed there. Her servants probably also left. Her servants have
But they would.
dipped
But
out.
the servants would know about the cat girl locked in the room. It's their
If
parents
you
that
knew
they
there
follow
was a
all
crazy cat woman in the room upstairs, would you fucking go up there? Hell no.
Now, I know a lot of people who would be like, "Oh my god, cat girls, giggity."
Hell no, you would not go up there.
I worry about
word mods going.
Maybe we'll use that for the third resurrection. I don't know.
Yeah, we still need that.
You could. Actually, it's been over a week since you've been there, so
Oh.
it's probably too late for the cat girl.
This is grim.
But the cat girl is curled up in a fetal position and dead on her raggedy ass bed that she had.
At least it's fitting with the rest of the town.
Well, I'll leave the door open. Actually, I'll carry her to the church and give her like a burial myself if no one else is going to.
Okay. You're taking a lot of the night to do this.
He doesn't need
Yeah.
to sleep.
All I need
You-
is 4 hours. I don't have any
meditation.
spells to. 4 hours meditation, and I don't have any spells to like memorize. So it's like, so what? I got a lot of free time.
Okay, so you do that, and you get the grave, and you bury this poor girl that you left there to die.
These humans are so frail.
They need to eat. I'm pretty sure you need to eat as well.
But I would have probably broken out of the room to eat.
She thought she was a cat. She doesn't know how to use
Now, have you
door
ever left a
handles.
cat by itself? Cats will like literally kill anything. They leave them by yourself.
Yes, but if you can't get out of the room,
We left the
what do
room
you
open.
you left it unlocked.
In all fairness, he kind of bit his own tongue there. Where that cats will literally kill anything this time. Maybe she kind of just killed herself with stupidity. Who knows? Maybe she looked at door and said, the bed'll feed me, and it didn't. Lesser creature. Now she's dead.
Tyler, I missed this commentary.
Yay.
Yeah, I feel wanted. Okay, you get through the night and you sleep. It's probably 6, 7 in the morning, or 8, 9, however long you want to sleep till.
I'll put on my
I'm
hat.
thinking like yeah, very early risers. I mean, it's not like we were up super late, so
Joke's on you, buddy. Yeah, wake my ass up. I'm sleeping.
Soul sounds like a 1 o'clock in the morning waker to me. 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I mean.
Yeah, and not even in a happy way either. Like terrible bedhead, and then like the super dry mouth that's just like needs to go drink a gallon of water that's been neglected on the nightstand for the last 3 weeks.
All right, so Iris, you wake up early and you start getting ready. and Soul is still passed out asleep in a very deep sleep.
You know, 1 foot hanging off the bed, you know, drooling, little puddle on the pillow. Just dunzo bunzo.
I won't mess with her. I'll leave her be and kind of go back down to the bar area, and see if they've got anything for breakfast before going about trying to find this person.
Erwin would be the one manning the bar place at this time of the morning. Ah, welcome, young dwarf. I assume that you did you sleep well upstairs? I hope the beds were comfortable enough.
It's been a lot nicer than what other we've had lately. It's very nice accommodations. Appreciate it.
The pleasure's mine. It's always good to see a happy face in the morning. What can I get you for breakfast? Some eggs, some bacon, some chicken. What steak and eggs? What be your fancy?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
You want everything?
You tell me what it'll cost me, and I'll tell you if I want everything.
Probably be probably 5 silver pieces for
Absolutely.
one of every. Alrighty then, one of everything it is. You like to eat.
Derek, am I awake also?
If you wake up early, yeah.
Yeah, I'll go downstairs with my hat of disguise and hang out with Iris for a bit.
Okay.
Do
you also order food?
Yeah, how much would it be for just bacon and biscuits?
A silver piece.
Okay, and can you, like, just burn the bacon, like, as dark as you can get it?
I guess, yeah, sure.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Weird request, but sure. Bacon, extra crisp. And he would go and fetch it. Get probably about 5-10 minutes go by, and he brings plates out to the table. One of everything for the young dwarf, and it's just a pile of food. Sometimes you don't even know what's what. And then Orden, you said bacon and eggs, right?
Bacon and biscuit. He doesn't eat eggs.
Bacon and biscuits. Right. So he brings you out the biscuits. The biscuits are quite moist and fluffy and nice. The bacon it's burnt, and it's much more burnt than normal people would like.
Yes.
But it's probably not quite burnt as what you like, because he's just like the family just wasn't comfortable completely destroying bacon.
I guess this will do. Thank you. And when he walks away, I'll just turn to Iris and be like, you know, if I wasn't disguised, I could just finish off burning this bacon with my fire breath, but I can't.
I'm not too sure normal people eat charcoal, so I'm not sure it's something to be worried about anymore.
Orden leaves mid-conversation.
That hurts me hard.
Or you just see Orden just go from talking to you to face down in the food.
Soul's gonna wake up. She'll come downstairs and she's gonna sit where she was before. Out of her pocket, she's gonna pull out just like random pieces of like grass clippings, and you're gonna see her eating it. She's gonna like sprinkle her fingers over it and then just kind of snack on it, and she's gonna have like one eye open, like half awake. Good. I'm glad we're all on the same
Are
page.
you sitting at a random table?
Yes, he is.
Like,
Yes.
actually?
She is.
Yes.
Yeah. Iris is probably convinced that you don't want to be messed with right now. So, especially after seeing the way you slept, she's just leaving you alone.
Not a bad argument there. But I'm in the room.
That's what's important. I'll look over to Orden, and the barkeep gave me directions to the tailor shop. So once our breakfast is done and our friend over there wakes up, and I'll just nod my head towards Soul, I believe we can head that way.
And Orden's face is still in his biscuits. Since Ray is AFK.
Yeah, that's why I just mystically woke up before 1:00 in the afternoon. You would see Soul like lift her hand up in the air and like start waving it in the direction of the barkeep. She's not yelling; she's just kind of waving.
And he would notice you after a little while and come walking on over to you. Yes, Miss. What can I get for you?
With a mouthful of grass, she's going to reply and say, "Water? Maybe? Yeah, water. Water will do it. That'll get the taste out my mouth."
Of course, I can bring you some water. And he would also look at you eating the grass and be like, would you like some actual breakfast? I don't. Well, I appreciate you trying to mow our lawn a little, but you don't have to eat it too.
Okay, I just got back. Why is Soul eating grass?
She would shake her head and be like, "No, you don't understand. Taste it. Taste it. You don't understand."
I appreciate the offer, but I'll have to decline. Let me go get your water. He would
Here.
go over to and get to the sink, open up the tap of water, and pour it in and bring it back to you. I forgot to ask. Did you want ice in the water or just plain room temperature water?
She would like wave her fingers over the water, and it would appear to be like it was heated, and then you would see her kind of like lap the grass into the water and then like stir it with her finger and be like, "This'll do."
He got it. He puts it down on the table and walks back.
I'm just staring at Soul.
So, player knowledge, you can use prestidigitation to make things. You can't add
Appear
flavor
different.
to. You can add flavor to like non-living thing, or you can add flavor to things. You can't create food or water, but you can make objects taste like what you want. So she got grass from outside because there was the outside stairwell, and then her prestidigitation was just her chewing it, and then she's using it to make tea because she's too poor to buy tea. Even though she's drinking grass water, in her head it tastes like tea, so she is happy.
Well, what is tea other than a grass? It's leaves.
Leaf water.
It's leaf water.
Speaking of being too poor, now that Orden has
bean water.
Okay.
now that Orden has swallowed his biscuits in charcoal, Iris will repeat what she said. The barkeep gave me directions last night to the tailor shop. So as soon as we're done with our breakfast and our friend here finishes waking up, we can head that direction. I do have a concern though.
What's that?
We haven't I didn't start out with much coin, so to speak. And since I've joined this merry band of adventurers, we've not found much. I don't know how much you've got, but I've got a feeling I probably don't have enough to buy this dress.
Well, don't forget, we got 500 gold from delivering that wine. I'm sure that should be enough.
Soul's gonna come over and pop a seat at your guys' table, sipping on her grass tea.
Soul, do you want some real food?
She leans in and she goes, "This is real. It's fine. This is real." And then he's gonna whisper to Iris. He's gonna whisper and be like, "We'll just steal it. It'll be fine. Shh. Don't.
No.
It'll be fine. No, shh, shh, shh. It'll be fine."
We're not going to steal it from her. Especially not after... And she'll just stop there, realizing that she's about to say something that shouldn't be said here.
She's had enough bad things happen to her. We shouldn't add that to it.
She'll just go back to sipping her tea and scuff.
I will offer her some of my biscuit if I still have any left.
Oh wait, never mind. I found them.
Nah, she's perfectly satisfied with her grass tea.
All right. I'm just saying, you're not going to get many calories out of grass tea.
She would point at her body and be like, "Do I look like I need a lot? Unlike the dwarf, she's kind of bigger. I'm not that big. Grass will do me. I'm waking up though. We're getting there. Just let me drink the tea. It'll do its magic."
Do you drink this all the time?
Every morning. It is magical. It does all the works. I learned it from my sister. She was a great girl. Bless her heart. She blew herself up, but it was her fault. But it's okay.
Just give Iris a look.
Just like Laurenthar in the wagon.
That was her sister. Where is Laurenthar? Is he around?
He's at the front door, apparently.
Well, technically yes, but do you know that?
Can I see him is what I'm asking.
Probably not.
And I'll just lean in to whisper to Iris, have you seen Laurenthar at all since last night?
I think he said something about getting a wagon, and he brought the wagon back, and I didn't see him anything after that.
Well, I'm all finished with my breakfast if you ladies want to head out.
I'm ready when you are.
She'll stand up and take the last big drink and be like, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna head for the front door.
And Laurenthar, are you standing outside the door?
I'm in the cart, sleeping in the buckboard.
Sleeping?
Meditating.
Sleeping?
I have my
You
eyes
don't
closed.
sleep.
I'll just go over and gently touch him to make sure he's alive and awake.
I will fall over like I'm dead and make a bluff check.
Make a performance check?
Do I have to do a perception check?
That'd be insight, yeah. Insight or perception, whichever.
19.
So here, let's see if I'm good.
A 5. Oof.
I'll just pick up Laurenthar and throw him over my shoulders and be like, all right, let's get going.
You brute.
I'll pat you on the shoulder gently.
I think he needs to be hiding.
He's still disguised. Oh, wait, I
would have got a 23.
I will be like, oh wait, I'm not supposed to be this strong. I'm a normal human, and I'll just drop Larenthar.
I will try to do an acrobatics check to land on my feet when I'm dropped.
Okay.
And we'll head to the tailor's, I guess.
Let him do his acrobatic. Oh, that's fine. You're fine. It's not. And then you get to the tailor. Give me 1 second. Let me pull her up.
By the way, I'm covered in dirt, and there's the shape of a box in the back of the cart with where there's dirt around it, but the shape of the coffin is still there, surrounded by the dirt.
Where'd you get a coffin?
Oh, I might have taken it from the coffin maker's shop, who we also killed.
That was Tyler. To be fair, he killed him.
I was there.
Oh yeah, I did do that.
Yeah, on accident.
You did that in a previous life.
Yeah, I remember that.
Larenthar, why are you so dirty this morning?
Oh, nothing. Just
grave digging.
I was just poking around.
All right.
When I do that, I'll do the thing where the cat wipes its whiskers with my hand.
Have you caught the disease that she had, and now you're just gonna be a furry?
I'm just doing it to see if Orden would catch the reference, but I think it's funny if they don't.
You assume too much of him to notice things.
I don't assume. It's just I do that in real life too. I'll make little jokes and see if people notice, and they don't, and it's hilarious to me.
Okay, to Lydia's house or shop, I guess. What time are you waiting to go? Or are you going at 7 in the morning, or whenever you've woken up? I can't remember what time you woke up.
I mean, it's probably
9,
8 or 9 or so, because we'd have to wait for them to make the breakfast and eat it and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's probably 9 a.m. and the shop just opened up. And you walk in, and this woman is. Let me get a picture of her. Picture of the Baroness. That is the picture of her. She is very, very dark, just like her husband was. But you can see that she has a somber, sad look in her eyes, as you can assume is she's still overcome with grief at the loss of her husband just last week.
We have killed, well, Iris hasn't, but some of the others of us have killed so many people in this town.
Oh, yeah.
The only people who have killed is Tyler and Chris. I am clear. I am free and clear of this.
I mean, in all fairness, that guy's death for Nathan Natchan was just. He should not have been where he was, and he shouldn't have acted the way he acted.
It is true.
My
he
character
was
has no goddamn idea.
He was housing vampire spawns.
Yeah, I mean that's
and
what
he stole bones.
So, oh well.
He should have just stayed in the coffin we nailed him in and just let it be, but he had to try to escape.
How did he try to survive? That's his fault. We knew what was best, but apparently he knew more. Now he's dead. So, oh no.
Anyways, Iris will walk up. I'm assuming there's a counter in here, maybe?
she's kind of just in her own little world, sewing a little garment here, and she doesn't even notice you all walk in.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Oh, I didn't notice you come in. Well, welcome to my tailor's shop. Did you have an order that you're here to pick up?
Actually, we're looking to place one. If you've got time on your schedule.
It, it's been a busy week. My husband was brutally murdered in the streets about a week ago, and it's kind of it's taken its toll on me. And that doesn't add anything to the fact that I've had to move out of my home and downsize into a peon's house, and she's kind of starts tearing up.
Oh, you poor woman. May the morning lord bless you.
What sort of dastardly person would do such a thing?
Iris clears her throat quite loudly. I'm sorry to hear about your loss and the pain that's come of it. There seems to be a lot of loss that goes around this land lately. We are, however, trying to, one might say, remedy a bit of it, or at least bring some joy to one part. But for that, we need a wedding dress. Is that something that you might be able to handle?
Oh, yes, that I who's talking? Yes, I can make a wedding dress. Uh, what kind of a dress did you have in mind? Are you wanting just a simple drive-by wedding-esque kind of thing, or you wanting to go all out diamonds and glam?
I will absolutely 100% look over at Orden at that point. I think, strange as it may seem, I think my friend here may be better suited to answer those questions.
And
Seems to enjoy those things a bit more.
And I don't know the details of wedding stuff, but he just goes into detail about we need this kind of dress. It's a mermaid, a little bit of the whatever. I don't know what goes into a wedding dress. I should know this stuff, but I don't. But he's very.
You're the one that's worn one.
I
maybe?
know.
And you were ragging Derek for not knowing sizes last session.
No, I was ragging Derek because he said that the women's sizing, what he needs is how slim and how pretty they are.
Doesn't matter what their face looks like, it's just how skinny they are.
That's what Derek said. But I'll go into all the details of what kind of fabric would be good and what the sizing should be exactly, what the sleeve should look like, what the bottom looks like, all that.
Did you want like all out glitz and glam, or are you wanting this is me asking?
I'd rather go for something middle ground because we don't want to like take away from this lady's apparent beauty. I'm sure the abbot did a good job on her.
Are you saying that out loud, or is that all?
No.
Okay.
I'm saying this to Derek.
All right,
I really need a character voice, but I can't do one.
I'm just making sure, because Iris would probably have started laughing at that, knowing that we're buying this wedding dress for a flesh column.
That's something I could do. Are you looking for any specific price range? Because that would affect the quality and specifics that I could do with it. What are you looking to spend?
1 second, and I'm gonna step back to Larenthar, and I'll be like, "You're the one who's normally got all the gold. How much do you think we should spend on this?"
I knew it would come to this.
I look at my I look at my finances after, and this is like, oh, I think I've got how much? I think I've got about 50.
What about the 500 that we got from the wine? Do we want to put all that towards this?
Absolutely not. You want to
Okay.
spend 500? You want to spend 500 of your own gold for Strahd's wedding?
I want to
It's
spend
more-
500
you say that
of
you
our
say
own
that
gold
loud?
to save me,
I'm gonna
brother.
cover his mouth when he says that.
Or she's like, I didn't go in, so it's like, you know.
Oh, that's true. Then I'll lower my voice and be like,
So Orden had to walk outside after being asked how much to spend.
"My wife's outside. I gotta confer with her."
Oh, I don't know. It's so much, dear.
Look, for our daughter, it's worth it.
Oh, I don't know. I think she'd be fine. It's you know, it's their love that counts.
And I'll lower my voice and I'll be like, "It's not about Strahd's wedding. It's about the fact that we can bring Derek and Ragnar back. And if we get some cheap little thing, the abbot might not give us what we need."
I don't know how much gold you got.
I mean, me personally, 3 gold. We never divided up the 500 is the thing.
Well, you know, we're gonna need enough to live on. I mean,
250?
maybe 100.
What was that, Nathan?
That was my joke sound effect for your 3 gold.
That was the punchline.
Sad trombone. A little late, but I don't know.
Sometimes it takes a second, but it's worth it.
100 gold's still pretty good for a wedding dress, I'd say.
Okay, I don't know. Ask her what she's got, and ask her to see what she has in, like, you know, like an example, so she can tell how much, like, you know, it would be, how much you'd be buying.
That's a good idea. And I'll step back in. By the way, who has the gold? Did we ever decide that?
I think Lyrthar has it too.
That's why I wanted to go ask him.
Oh, well, let's just say Regent has it.
No, it's definitely Lorthar that has it.
I'm pretty sure that Lanthar is the one that looked over everything and agreed to the 500 gold, because they were trying to offer us those fake potions and stuff too.
But yeah, Lorthar's got the gold.
Okay, I will get some gold from him and go back into the store and I'll be like, "We're thinking maybe about 100 gold. It's not the best, but that's still pretty good. Do you have any examples of what your dresses would look like if that was our price range?"
I don't have that many examples because there hasn't been very many weddings as of late. But let me see. And she should walk back into the back, bring out a couple examples. This one here. This one's one of the cheaper styles that I've I can make. It's probably this one here is probably worth 10 to 20 gold, and then she showed you a couple more decent ones in the 50 to 100 gold range. But this one here, and this one she'd show you one that is magnificent. It's got all the glitz, all the glam. It's gorgeous. This one here, this was the one I wore on my wedding day. And in this one would, if you really like this one would cost you a good 1,000 gold.
Oh, that is definitely out of our price range. It's beautiful, and I'm sure you looked gorgeous in it. But
I did.
I think we're gonna have to go for the 100 gold one if that's not too much trouble. And about how soon do you think we could get that if we were to get custom measurements?
It all depends on what you're willing to pay extra. I could get it to you in for no charges in a week's time, but if you needed it, I don't know how soon you need it, but
What about 4 days?
We'd still need a whole day to get back to Crest. Do you think we could do that?
And you have to get the bodies too. Don't forget.
No, I'm thinking we have to go get the bodies first and then pick up the dress.
I'm
and then
thinking
head
we
back.
have 4 days to handle the bodies and stuff. That's while the dress
'cause
is
you have
being
s-
made.
it's like you have 6 days total to
Well,
get
5
there.
days now because it's been an overnight.
Yeah, you spend an overnight, so 5 days. So you got 1 day of travel time to work with.
Well, then Iris would probably ask her what it would take to get it done in 3 days. Then I wasn't thinking about losing the day because we slept.
So what you thinking on time range?
About 3
Iris
days.
would ask what it would cost to get it done in 3 days.
That's hastening things quite a bit. That would probably cost another 50 gold pieces to jump the line that much.
I'm sure we can make that work. And I'll just like
It
look
would be
back.
150 total.
Yeah, I'll just look back over my shoulder at Larenthar.
Who's still standing outside? So you have to go outside.
No, I'm not going outside. I'm just giving him a look.
He's
I'll
outside.
shrug. I'll shrug and I'll raise a how much for 3? I'll raise 3 fingers and look at her as soon as she gets the hint.
Wait, what are you asking me?
You
I will mouth.
You have to come outside and like what?
Yeah, that's what I do. I go outside and be like, "Wait, what are you saying?
How about what can we get for 300 gold?
Are you willing to go that much?"
Oh sure, why not? After
Okay.
all, it is for true love.
Orden just gets like stars in his eyes. He's like, "Yes, you're absolutely right." And he goes back
Love
inside.
between a vampire and his golem.
You hush. I'll go back inside and be like, "If we gave you 300 gold, do you think you could get it done in 3 days and make it a little bit fancier?"
Yeah, definitely could do that.
Then we'll take it. Do you need us to pay right now?
Generally, I ask for a down payment of about half now and half when it's ready.
I'll go outside and get the money from Larenthar then.
I'll sit there and I'll act like I'll like cross my arms, especially if the door's open. They can look outside and like count it out like really slowly with my like eyes rolling each time. 1, 2.
What does Iris do when you just see Orden walking back and forth outside?
She has her head in her hand, just
And what is Soul doing
like
on the outside as well?
I don't imagine I can reach the counter, but just like maybe on a wall or something, just like elbow rested on it, just shaking my head back and forth, like with a smile, but one of those smiles that's just like I so worry about my friends.
And what does Soul say about money being exchanged for a dress?
When Warden's running out and Lorenthaar is counting it slowly, Soul is going to lean over to the woman behind the counter and be like, if we're paying you up front, it's not my gold. I don't really care. But make sure it's done. Because if you don't, I don't know. And then Soul's just going to kind of like look at her hands, and her hands are going to smoke a little bit. And then she's going to be like, whew, I must be catching a cold. And then she's going to go back out and sit by the doorstep, and just as Lorenthaar is counting, she's going to be shouting other numbers.
Okay,
You do that, Soul, and Lydia would look down at Iris and be like, what was your friend just threatening to burn down my shop?
No, they sometimes the things she says comes out the wrong way. She has a thing about forgetting some of her words, and it often gets her into trouble.
What did she mean when produced smoke out of her hands.
I'm not entirely sure she even meant to do that, to be honest. And she'll lean in like a little closer. She's been known to, say words the wrong way and come falling out of the sky.
Hits her head every time she
You
lands.
guys
I
are
think that's what
you guys are very, very strange. But
She starts laughing. You're not the first person to say that.
You have my word. The dress will be ready when you return in 3 days.
And after I get done paying, like counting out the gold, like the 1 by 1 gold piece, I will give the disguised Ordenthek a peck on the cheek. And she goes back in to buy a wedding dress.
Okay, I will give the lady 150 gold up front.
Sounds good.
I have to ask here before we go any farther. Did I miss something, or were y'all not just talking about buying this for your daughter?
No, that's exactly it.
And now it's from that to me felt very much like it was for the two of you.
I didn't hear the daughter part, so
yeah, we were arguing between whether it was okay for our daughter to spend that much on a dress. No, see, we had our wedding years ago, and it was beautiful.
This sounds like a switching back and forth from Iris being drunk to Orden being drunk type of thing. Just saying.
No, our story makes sense. I give her the 150 gold.
You guys just got scammed.
That's weddings for you.
Hey, she won't be a fucking widow too long.
Well, maybe that's what she wants. Maybe she's wanting death, Tyler.
The problem.
Join her husband soon.
It's the long con. Dress gets done. We take the 150 gold, burn the place, we leave. Sigma grind.
The problem is, we're likely not even letting this wedding happen anyways.
Oh yeah, no, we're just
this is definitely a bad idea.
We're just cashing in on the resurrections, man.
And hoping that that's legit.
Look, we spent 150 gold. It can't be not legit at this point.
It's definitely not, front money for a con.
We're ready to.
Here's $150 that I have that I can give you if you'll just give me your transfer and bank number.
This is a pyramid scheme.
This is better than the Nigerian prince scheme.
Okay, now what?
Are we ready to take our break now?
Yeah, I think we need a break to just breathe. Because clearly we're not getting enough oxygen.
We're on another level of silly tonight, it seems like. But that being said, we'll be back in about 10 minutes. Refill your drinks, use the bathroom, let your dogs out, and we will be back for more madness momentarily.
You don't have to hurt the woman. We'll hurt the woman. Oh wait, you were talking to Derek. Yeah, never mind, Derek. Yeah, we don't get it.
Yeah,
Derek-
Derek.
Derek is it's good to know that like it's not Tyler's okay with hurting women.
Well,
Tyler,
hello, stream.
Notorious woman beater.
Welcome back to our
What a lady.
insane conversation.
Yeah, I literally watch him start the stream. Tyler's a woman beater. What the fuck?
There's
This is the best podcast we've ever recorded.
this is we're on a new level of silly and weirdness here today. So let's
Time
get
to
back
bring
to
it
the
down.
silliness and weirdness.
It's good to have Tyler back.
I think people are actually enjoying it, so we might as well keep it up.
Pleasure. All mine.
So I will say this in character now. Do we head back to Perez to get the bodies?
Soul didn't go to Berez, right? That was
No.
after Derek died. So she's all for it. She's just like, yeah, adventure, yeah, sure, let's go.
Okay. Watch out for the roots is all I have to say.
I don't know. I only know what Orden told me about this place. But if we're gonna do what we've talked about doing and actually raise those two, then I think that is the next step.
If I could recommend anything, I still don't think we're ready to fight her. We might want to just sneak in and see if we can grab the bodies and leave.
Yeah,
It's gonna be hard.
that's what I was gonna suggest. We don't fight unless we have to. We get in and get out. Even if she's coming after us, we try to get out of there and run, get what we came for and go.
You mean we're not gonna take care of it? I could also get the gem at the same time.
Do you think we can take care of it?
Oh sure. I mean we've got the great and mighty soul with us now.
Soul, do you think you could kill a hag in a walking house?
Well, if we kill the hag, we don't have to kill the house.
Soul's gonna be like, you said walking house?
Yep, big old house with chicken legs.
It's more sort of like a tree.
Look, I can only fall from the sky every once in a while. Alright? I can't. Let's try the first plan, and then let's see what happens if we fuck it up. Because a walking house is a little above my pay grade.
I think we should at least, even if we decide to do this soon, I think we should at least do it when we're at full strength and have Regine with us.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say we're at full strength right now.
Have you already forgotten about your dragonborn love of your life?
Yeah, really, that was a quick dump.
Orion's just gonna blush and be like, I don't know what you're talking about there.
She's already moved on to like the new wedding.
Jesus. Soul's gonna like poke your arm and be like, this one.
But if we need a quick getaway, I can summon a steed now, so that might help us out. Help us get out of there a little faster.
That'll help one person.
I mean, okay, question. If like Soul and Iris got on there, is that enough to get like can the horse carry them all the way? Is Iris
I don't
small?
know. I don't know what Find Steed does. Find Steed.
It literally just serves as a mount, both in combat and out, and I can use telekinetic.
Sure, technically on most horses you could carry 2 people. So yeah, you could have 2.
See, it's fine.
Do what?
2 people could ride on your celestial horse.
I look at 2 and then I like look behind Ornthic's back. I hold up my 2 and then I hold my other hand. I go like point to everybody. And go 1, 2, 3. And then I just cock my head and like purse my lips and shrug.
That's why we don't get caught. And then she's gonna be like, so you're gonna go first, and we're gonna watch and see if you die. Sounds like a great plan. And if you find them, then we'll get old Burly Boar over here and, we'll pull him out. Then we'll go dress up dead people.
Just raised like random people.
Yeah, that's pretty much the momentum we got going for us right now.
All right, well, let's go to Perez. Sure, why not? I don't care. You can
You
do
lead
it.
the way.
Oh, I usually have to.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. Seeing this person's already killed former people I haven't met, I'm gonna follow you guys and try not to die as I'm talking.
All right, so I guess we're gonna. Oh, I think my internet's giving out. Let's go to Perez.
Yeah, I'm you're breaking up.
I thought you were having a stroke.
For some
I did
reason,
too.
I'm dying.
Well, I guess we beat Curse of Strahd.
I'm going through a tunnel.
Okay, so the plan's to head to Perez. Ow, my ears.
Was it bad?
Yes.
Sorry. I just realized I had a Twinkie wrapper and I was like, oh, I can do SFX.
It wasn't too bad on my end, but
I don't know what kind of FFX that was supposed to be, but
Well, it's better than what Nathan has.
ooh.
Burn. The guy with the soundboard got burned.
As we walk out of Valaki, I will return the hat to Ragnar.
Oh. I will put the hat on.
flush that shit down the toilet.
And immediately you get a stupid random encounter. Yay.
What the heck? All this time, and then we're going to this big battle, and now we're gonna get one. That's
Sorry, it's not
that's
my
some
fault.
rigged shit there, Derek.
It's not
Literally,
my
it is.
fault.
You've been wanting a random encounter. Now
No,
that you
I-
have one, you're like, no, I didn't
hate-
want this.
Like the random encounters are great early, but they're so crappy once you get later into the story just because they're so worthless. Huh, that might not be worthless.
It's gonna lay us up for 3 days.
Oh, never mind. That's worthless. I'm just gonna ignore it. You get to Perez fine because I don't. All of the random encounters are so bad for this high of level. They're either pointless and just you find a trap. Oh, you find a random bag of clothing, or it's just a couple zombies here and there. It's so dumb. But okay, you get to Perez relatively easy. You start going down the road. Let me get to bring you all to the map because Soul or Tyler was never there, so he doesn't know what it's like. Uh, no, that's not okay. You're all on the map, correct?
I'm on the big map.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah, the main map.
But Tyler, everybody gets to the point where they originally met Soul and Reijin, and you start turning south to the south down the road. As you start going down, let me get over there again. The trail it's going down south following a riverbank. The trail hugs the river for several miles. The dirt and grass soon turn to marsh as the trail dissolves into spongy earth, pockmarked with stands of tall reeds and pools of stagnant water. Scattered throughout the marsh are old peasant cottages, their walls covered with black mildew, their roofs mostly caved in. These decrepit dwellings seem to hunker down in the mire, as though they have long since given up on escaping the thick mud. Everywhere you look, there are black clouds of flies dart about, hungry for blood. And it's just a very gloomy, marshy village that has been swallowed up by the marsh. You get to the point of where you originally retreated to and found Erston. And Iris, make a perception check for me.
That's a 19 on the die.
You would look over as you're approaching, and you would see like where you put that insignia of your family as etched in stone. You would see what looks like a mound of dirt, like would be a grave, and it has been dug up, and it has been dug up.
Like it's an open grave, or it looks like a grave that's been filled?
There's been a grave that has been recently filled, but also recently disturbed. And it's at the foot of where your insignia was.
Iris just kind of freezes and is just staring at this at the moment.
And the rest of the party would notice Iris just stop.
I'll go over and make sure she's okay and just put my hand on her shoulder.
I'm already...
Can Soul do a check to see if there's any kind of like magical presence in the area around the grave? Like an Arcana check?
Yeah, you can make an Arcana check.
That's a modified 16.
You don't sense any magical auras coming from the area.
Okay.
Iris, are you okay?
Hate to say this so early. We haven't really gotten anywhere. I'm a bit worried already. Don't you remember we set up that marker? You helped me. As a promise to come back here.
Yeah, of course I remember.
We didn't bury anything in front of it.
Do you think that Erston buried Ragnar here before he left?
I'm not even sure. Something's been buried there, and it looks like something's disturbed the grave. We haven't even been gone that long.
Derek, are there any footprints?
If you want to approach the mound to check?
Yes, but I'm staying kind of a safe distance.
You would see that there are many footprints going towards and away from the mound, and they're humanoid, so they're bipedal.
Before we go too far, I'm going to go ahead and ready my fine steed, just in case we need a quick getaway. And that takes 10 minutes to cast.
Okay. Does Ragnar or does Iris want to do anything while Orden is readying this spell?
I'll probably get even closer to the grave than Orden did and look to see if I can find anything besides just footprints that would kind of direct me to what's happened.
Like as you get closer to this mound, you would recognize it obviously as a grave. On the stone that you marked, etched your family's insignia, you would see also carved in. Here lies Ragnar Oakenbeard, born whenever the date, died whatever the date a few days ago is. And you would look down into the grave, and you would see that there's a little a makeshift coffin below, and you would see that it's been broken. It's now broken and shattered. Make a perception check or insight investigation, whichever is better for you.
I'm gonna use my inspiration I got for doing
Okay.
the recap last session because that was rough.
Question: do we get our inspiration for each time we
That
do a
was
recap?
worse.
Yes.
Cool. I'm gonna write that down before I forget.
You said investigation or what?
Insight, investigation, perception.
Oh, good. I'm glad you said insight because that's way freaking better. That's gonna be an 11.
It doesn't take an idiot to notice this. You would notice that the coffin, it wasn't broken into. It has looked like something has broken out of the coffin. Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Kevin.
Hey all.
Your game ended early.
It did. We had to stop. So I thought I would jump in the chat, and I'm available to play if.
Let's
Ray
just
didn't
say,
show up.
if you're on Roll20, which you are exactly where you are. You would show up at the Wizard of Wines. But we'll continue with Iris right now.
Wait, never mind. They don't know where we're going.
Something's really not right here. I hate to say it, but unless this is some of Erston's trickery or something that Strahd's done to Erston, I don't think he would disrespect the body, but it looks like something's broken out of that coffin. So, if Ragnar really was put in that coffin, either he wasn't dead going into it, or something else. Are you very sure, without a doubt, that he was dead when you left him?
Yeah, absolutely.
No chance of the real Ragnar coming back.
Derek, do I know that he got hit by Finger of Death?
Yeah.
I do?
Oh, yeah.
And then I'll just, like, as I'm talking to you, it just kind of dawns on me what happened in that fight. He was hit by some necromancy. I think it's very... Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know if you know exactly what the spell is, but you know he got hit by something devastating.
Okay, never mind. Then I'll just
check.
You could do an Arcana check if you somehow knew what the spell was.
All right, let me see if I know.
Which is very unlikely since you're
Oh,
just
cool.
a Dragonborn.
I refreshed the page. Let me get a dice ready.
Would it be a potential if Soul heard her describe it, if Soul could recognize it from all her studies and travels and all that, even though she doesn't know the spell? Would it be a potential for her to maybe understand it even though she doesn't know how to use it? Like, know the spell?
It's a sorcerer spell, so if she rolls well, if Ray rolls well enough to kind of describe it, I'll give you a shot.
Hey, Derek.
Yo.
I got a 5.
Then no. She's describing it awfully. You don't know what the hell she's saying.
Would there be any, because I don't understand the spell enough, knowing that she's thinking about magic would intrigue Soul to want to investigate the area of like why the monsters come up because she heard what was spoken.
Well, you just know that Ragnar, like Baba Lysaga, just destroyed Ragnar almost immediately with one spell, and that's all you can get the gist of.
Look, I may not know what happened. She'll pause for a second and kind of collect herself a little bit. But you know what I am. You know that I don't even want to say it. You know I've dealt with things like that before. And she like leans her head towards the open grave in the busted casket. This is. I don't think we're getting Ragnar back. I think we need, and she'll start speaking a little faster and get a different sort of look in her eyes. I think we need to get this Derek's body and get out of here. We may be able to come back and deal with the rest later.
Larenthar, can you sneak in?
Oh, I just kind of peek over. Says, "Oh, what you looking at?" I don't know. I head over. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if I was breaking up still. My thing's been beeping at me off and on, like while you guys are talking.
We're looking at an open grave with busted casket where it says that Ragnar's buried here. We're kind of wondering if you can potentially sneak in and get Derek's body and get out.
Oh, well, sure. Let me see here. I'm gonna check around to see if I can make a perception check to see, or some sort of check to see if I can find the tracks leading away, if they're like any dwarf-sized tracks. Would that be, I don't know, is Derek
investigation, perception, whichever you'd like.
Okay. Well, one's a lot better than the other.
Yeah. Nice. You could tell that there are dwarf-like tracks heading, like walking from Berez to the grave, and then two sets of tracks walking away from the grave back towards Berez.
All right, so I guess I will follow the ones that going back to Berez after the ones on here, and I'm also going to try to stealth.
Did you say two tracks heading back?
Yes.
Did Orden see that, or just the one set of tracks?
Orden just saw the one.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to stealth my way up there with that nat 1 probably. Oh no, it's not a nat 1.
It's just a 30. It's no big deal.
You're stealthy as fuck. And you would get closer. You'd get up, or I'll bring everybody into Berez then.
I'm gonna keep an eye on Larenthar and make sure that he's safe.
Good luck.
Good luck keeping up with him.
And also, that's like the 30 stealth track. Like you'd probably lose track of me. In the fog.
100%.
Larenthar, do something if you get in trouble, okay? To make sure that we can.
Is not there.
To make sure we know that you need help.
Alright, so I'm going to follow the tracks to see if I can find them to wherever they go. See what's there.
Okay. You would on your return to Berez, you would notice that the surroundings are a lot less foggy. Like it's a whole lot easier to tell where you are. The fog is completely diminished. And it's a lot easier to see. You would see up ahead. I just picked a random token, so I just picked a zombie token there. That you would see the body of what you can tell. There's a dead body up ahead.
All right, well, I'm gonna like try to find the one that's in green and like pink jester's clothes for dead bodies.
Purple and yellow. I know because I drew it.
Okay, purple and yellow.
I drew that awful color palette.
Oh, you know what? That's that was like the colors of one of the high schools in my hometown.
Wasn't
Oh,
that
gross.
just his mage armor though?
Well, yeah, but he didn't describe what he looked like normally, so that's what he wore all the time.
If only one
Yeah.
of the people that played him was in the chat. Man.
Who knows?
I must have strongly missed what the fuck happened. Were you talking about me or are you talking about Kevin?
We're trying to
Both
figure
of
out
you.
what Derek was wearing, what his normal clothes were.
Oh, so jester-like clothes because we not like a full-blown jester, like more of a comedic performance kind of clothes. Though the shoes didn't match because I remember what I did there. So you're just think of it as like somebody you would see up on stage, like a shoutcaster, something like that, or someone who would definitely not a mankini. Something more on the lines of like the town spokesman or like the what are they called? Town criers or whatever. Something like that.
Oh well, I was thinking he would definitely still be like in the yellow and like gold clothes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I was looking for. Just in like the muddy water, the yellow. If the corpse is wearing yellow and purple, then I'm gonna assume that that's Derek / Nathan.
Okay. So yeah, you would get up to this body here, and you would see that it is Derek's body. But you would also notice that there is another dead dwarven body further west.
All right, I'll having a guess. That there were two dwarven tracks leading away. I'm gonna assume that it's still gonna come to life, so I'm going to you know what? I'm gonna drag the Derek body, Rochambeau body back before I go back for the dwarf. Season attacks me.
Yeah, the Derek body doesn't move; it is still completely dead and whatnot. And you would drag it back to the party.
All right.
And I'll just reiterate, Larenthar, if you get in trouble, do something to let us know, okay?
Oh well, I'd never get in trouble.
I know you don't, but
don't worry about it. You worry too much.
Only because I care about you.
All right, it's probably a waterlogged too, Kevin. So I dumped the waterlogged body in the back of the cart.
I'll put my blanket over it so we don't have to look at it.
Yeah, and I actually seem like particularly unfazed by carrying this this floater. I can only guess.
Again, this body has definitely seen better days. You can tell that it's starting to rot. There's been bugs and flies and maggots eating away at this body since it's been lying in a marsh for like 4 or 5 days by now.
I don't know if they did this when like you guys went to school, but when I went to school, we had to like take in like our health class 1 week. They gave us like a boater safety course where they called in a like a park ranger who brought his little slideshow of all the people that they pull out of the lake that have died from boating accidents.
No, that didn't happen to
So
us.
that is so
That totally,
gross.
that totally happened to me. They totally did that in like my high school health class. Remember,
Were there
this
a
is
lot
what
of
happens
boating?
if you don't follow boating safety.
Is there a lot of boating accidents where you live?
I don't know. We're like, there's like a couple lakes around, but just did it. I don't know.
No, we got the train video, but not the boating video.
Yeah. I mean, we live on I mean, like there's like it was on like the Mississippi River, so.
Back to D&D.
It's reminded me of that. It's a little trauma from my my teen years that you brought back to me there.
But yeah,
enough
you all can tell that Derek's body is not. It has seen better days. It is fully in the midst of starting to decompose and be eaten by the wildlife of the Borez Marsh.
I will pick out all the maggots out of his skin.
So I'll be right back. I think I saw another one in there.
Yako.
Here. And if I can, I'm going to try to sneak up on the corpse Ragnar.
And he is over here. And yeah, you can see that this body has also been recently. Who the hell's talking? Oh yeah, sure, thanks. But this body, it is Ragnar's body, and you can tell that it also has seen better days. And its head, his head has been completely caved in by what you can tell was probably some fists.
Is it still attached?
Yes, it's still attached.
Okay. I'll just kind of scoop him up. You know what? Just in case it gives up, I'm going to like stab it. Because I figure it can't be any. I want to make sure that it's as dead as possible. So I'm gonna like take a time and coup de grace just in case, even if it's still actually dead, and then drag the body back that way.
Okay.
And stick my stick my sword through its heart first, though.
Like Iris, you would see Laurenthar after probably another 10, 15 minutes. Laurenthar would be dragging another body back to the group. And this one you would recognize like the shape, the form of would be your brother would have been Ragnar's body. And as he gets closer, you can see that like Ragnar's head is just caved in. Ooh, what am I doing?
As soon as Larenthar gets close enough to where I can tell that it's Ragnar's body, I'm sprinting up. I'm sprinting over there.
And we'll just get you out of there for now. Okay. And what do you do?
She'll slide, like, drop to her knees and kind of slide to the body and start looking it over. Seeing the head, kind of pick it up and look at it, maybe kind of cradle it in her lap, and start to cry.
And everybody sees Ragnar or Iris crying.
I'll go over and just comfort her. Give her a hug from behind.
I'll look over the body and kind of glance back to Orden and take a second to compose myself and kind of swallow hard. Do you know how that spell works that they're wanting to cast for us?
Derek, I rolled pretty good on that roll after we finished last session. Do I know about all that?
About what?
About the resurrection spell the abbot was talking about?
Sure. Yeah, you would know that it. I don't even remember what the name of the spell was.
I remember you said that. I think you said that undead can't be resurrected. Do I know that he was undead?
Not yet, since you didn't see him moving and you have nobody that has told you that he has been undead.
Okay, then I'll just.
Does Iris think he might be undead? Maybe.
Okay, I'll just go ahead and tell Iris. As long as he's still got all his, everything he needs to be alive, I think that he can bring him back.
Even with his head like that, in that hole in his heart.
I seemed. Maybe, okay, I'm gonna wait till
You
Derek
would-
finds the actual spell.
It's like you would know that it would bring him back, but he'd immediately be dead again if he was resurrected, because it doesn't heal body parts. It like if the arm was chopped off, he wouldn't regrow his arm. So his head is caved in permanently.
Okay, the way
It's a
that
shit
his
spell
head
then.
is-
How can you save someone with that?
Well, to be fair, Derek got hit with like a spell and died.
Yeah, I know, but that's crazy.
man.
But anyways,
Somebody had some problems with you and they fucked your face up. Is what happened.
Let's just say Erston buried him and he came back. So Erston made sure he was dead.
are you gonna tell Iris that?
Eventually.
Not you, Derek. Orden.
I don't know that.
I'm
No, I'm
talking
gonna
about
tell her-
the body parts and stuff.
No, I'm not gonna give her false hope. I'm gonna say the way that his head is, I don't know if he gets resurrected, I don't think that's gonna be healed. I'm so sorry. We can always try, but I don't think anything's gonna come out of this.
She's quiet for a very long time.
Does Soul hear all this nonsense?
Probably.
You're,
We're not
you're, you're,
being
you're
quiet.
there.
Yeah. Soul would back up Orden a little bit, standing exactly where she's at, holding a cloth over her face, and like she's kind of like making the wind move around her to blow the stink away. She's gonna be like, "Yeah, I'm no expert. That one over there is a stretch."
Yeah, we
I-
got that. I'm not stupid.
Iris, we
She's-
can bring him to the abbot and see what he thinks. But I just don't want you to think that it's gonna work if it's not.
I like the emotion.
We're bringing him to the abbot either way. Because I'm giving him a burial.
You don't
Oh.
want to bury him in the grave that has already been made for him.
Shh, we're getting to that, Derek. Don't be too
You're not
premature.
here, Derek.
Iris is going to pick up the body and take it to the wagon and gently lay it in the wagon. Probably find some kind of cloth and at least cover the body if you can. If not, at least cover the face.
My blanket's back there. You can definitely use that.
And then stand there for a second at the back of the wagon just looking. And then she will pull the warhammer off of her back and charge forward and smash the shit out of this stone that she set up. Like in a fit of rage that you've not seen from Iris, in a fit of rage that you probably would have expected from Ragnar, but not Iris.
Soul would chime in, helping put the blankets over Ragnar's corpse, and she'd be like, "Yeah, don't worry, we'll make a better one for him." And then she's covering her nose still, and be like, "I'll make sure it's not too much of an inconvenience."
You guys remember when we were laughing just like 30 minutes ago?
I knew it was going to come to this.
Hey man, Soul's having a great time here. She suffered no loss.
Once
Loss of
the
her smell.
Prestidigitation, I'm just blowing wind around my head so the smell can't get in my nose. I'm just blowing the smell away, so I don't gotta smell it.
Okay.
once the stone is shattered and broken in small pieces, she'll turn back to everyone else, breathing heavily and still clutching this warhammer extremely tight. Is there anything else that we need from here at the moment?
No, I think we can probably head back.
And since Lornthar had such a good perception check earlier, he also wouldn't have seen any more tracks leading away from Berez. So the dwarven tracks that went into Berez didn't come back out. So he would know that Erston has not left Berez.
Well, would he say anything about that?
You're muted if you're trying to talk.
I really wouldn't care about meeting Ursula again because that's not my drama. So I probably wouldn't say anything other than it's like, oh well, found the body. Go.
Would I be able to tell, or kind of probably get the suspicion that Urston was the one that did caved his head in?
It's
Urston's gonna have some questions to answer the next time I see him. In the meantime, let's go do what we gotta do to take care of what we came here for. I'll be performing a proper ceremony on me, brother. You all can do what you want. Just help me get the bodies to a safe place where I can do the rituals and burn the body.
Of course.
And then I don't know where would be a good place to go to be able to build a pyre and actually burn a body anywhere here. But
I imagine the woods should be fine.
also, now that I'm thinking of it, was any of Ragnar's stuff, I mean, I know Larenthar took the treasure and stuff, but any of Ragnar's stuff there, with him, the axe or his pendant or anything like that?
Or his puppet.
No.
Or his puppet?
The Strahd puppet might be there because Erston wouldn't give a shit about that, but the pendant and anything tied to the Oakenbeard name would not be there.
The Strahd puppet might be there or was there?
Odds or evens?
Do you have to
Don't
ask?
screw us.
I have to ask.
Odds.
It's there. You got a Strahd puppet back.
I mean, Iris probably has no interest in it because she doesn't know anything about it. But
it's very
there.
wet.
Ew.
Wet, moldy Strahd puppet.
Can we have a funeral for that?
Are we going? I have a title for the Strahd episode. Let's go.
Bring it with us. Are you gonna bring it to the dinner?
That's up to y'all. Iris has no interest in it because she doesn't know anything about it.
Soul can have it. It seems like this would be her kind of thing.
Soul want a nasty ass wet Strahd puppet.
Yeah, she'll take it, and then you're going to see her run her fingers over it, and it's going to clean itself. It's going to clean, and the water's going to
Prestidigitation.
Yep, the water's going to leave it, and it's going to look pristine, and then she's going to draw X's over the eyes, and then make his tongue stick out, and then draw a burn mark on his forehead.
See, I knew she'd had fun with it.
And then Soul would say, not so boorish Iris. I have an idea what might send off. Who's that again? That might send him off.
Might send who off?
The burial for the brother. I have an idea. I'm pretty good at those. Hear me out, maybe.
Oh,
Possibly,
Ragnar,
kinda.
yes.
So, I know that every time someone dies that I had gone to school with, we would respectfully have a drink. So, why don't we do the way of your people at the winery? And then we can rejoin our whole group. Because isn't that where the other scaly lizard boy went? And don't we kind of need him seeing someone has desecrated your family member? Does that seem... And that is, if I remember correctly, the general direction we have to go anyway.
I'm not sure if we need him to help with the desecration. But a drink does sound good. And we might need him for the help with the retribution.
See, and she's saying all this as she's like cleaning off the Strahd doll and everything. She goes, "Yeah, I have ideas every once in a while. Let's not get too fancy with it. How do you guys like Fred?" She's gonna like turn the Strahd doll around. You're gonna see the teeth have been X'd out also. That are if they're hanging out of the Strahd puppet, she's like scribbled out the teeth.
Don't show that to Ismark, okay?
Sure.
Maybe don't show it to Irina either.
Why?
Soul has no idea why, so she's going to say, "What's it matter? He looks kind of cute."
Because he kind of looks like someone they really don't like.
They both know about the puppet because they were in the church.
No.
Yeah, they were in the
both hated
church.
it.
They were in the church when Ragnar was messing with people with it.
Yeah, and they hated it.
Well, maybe we could find like the Irina dolls and like post them up together. And
I
make, like, a
mean,
diorama.
But go back to Valaki.
I mean, Ragnar did order one. It should be ready by in the next day or two.
If I remember right, I think I stole one from the room of Isaac.
I don't remember.
Yeah, you did because you gave it to I believe you put it in Orden's arms one night when he was asleep.
Oh yeah, you did. I remember that. And I just threw it across the room.
Would have picked it up again.
Let's go to the winery and get this.
Should we go ahead and get the dress first?
Get this taken care of.
We might have to hang around Valaki for a little bit, but it'd save us the trip.
We've got one.
Never goes wrong in Valaki.
We've got one decaying body that we're gonna have to keep. I'm not sure we should have two. I'm not sure we should be toting two bodies around.
You know what? That's fair.
If you all want to go to Valaki, I won't stop you. But I've got to take care of this now.
Soul's gonna say we should all stick together, and I can make it so the bodies aren't stinking around us to not draw attention. So we could travel. We can travel together. We shouldn't split up, especially seeing that somebody's got a label for the Oakenbeards. Let's not give them the opportunity. Because I like you, you cute little boar. I don't want you to get hurt. You're my little boar, and I like you. Don't want you getting hurt.
Oh.
I have an idea. I have an idea of who's got it out for us. I hate to say it, but I think it's one of us. That's a matter for another time.
Wait, what? What'd you say?
Yeah, I missed that. What are you talking about?
So I have an idea of who is out for us.
Oh, gotcha.
For the Oakenbeards. But it's one of us, but it's a story for another time. I mean, Iris wants to try to take care of the body and stuff first, but she's not. She won't stop you guys from doing whatever y'all want to do. But
Where do you?
she's
Where do you? It's like, what is that? Are you just gonna burn, like set up a funeral pyre and burn him?
So
probably go to the winery like Soul suggested. That was a good idea. I mean,
Yeah.
we do still have what 3 days to kill before the dress is actually ready, anyways.
Yeah,
Or
so we should
2.5, whatever.
We can get our party back to full strength. We can send off the Oaken Beard the way Iris would intend and want, in the proper way.
You're already at full strength, though. You haven't lost anything.
I
We're
used
talking
spell
about
slots.
Rajin.
But he's also not going to be here next week.
Well, we'll
Wait,
talk
is
about
your
that.
what?
We'll talk about that in a
No,
minute.
this was his week for us, but he skipped us to play Middle Earth. So next week is still Middle Earth.
Hey, let's just say this, Derek. The party has decided that that's where they want to go, not the DM.
Yes, you can. And then this is probably a good stopping point before you get back there, so I can prepare for next week.
All right. Well, anything else before we go to post stream then?
No, do your thing.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching. If you're hanging out in the chat, thanks for hanging out in the chat. I know we had quite a bit more active chat than usual, which is fantastic. Making steps in the right direction. If you're watching this later, either on YouTube or on the Twitch VOD, appreciate your time, appreciate you watching. You should be able to find the links to the Discord and Facebook and all that stuff in there. You could also just search Dimension 119 on basically any social media platform and likely find me and us. I think that's it from me, so we will see you in another dimension.